I want to thank everyone for coming out today. It was it's something that's very near and dear to our heart. This is the result of, we're doing two presentations today. The first presentation is a result going all the way back to November 15th, and we had an event here at the dealership, and I didn't look like this in the event. I was actually Santa Claus at that point. But it was a Ford Fusion introduction night, and Ford had us designate or elect our favorite charity. And our favorite charity, which has been for a number of years now, is called Erin's AAIM. That's why I'd like to bring in Jerry Olmsted, who is Jerry Olmsted and his wife. Come on in. Nice to see you, Mr. and Mrs. Olmsted.
Thanks a lot.
How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Olmsted started Erin's AAIM, which is a local foundation in Orland Park, which is based out of Sandburg High School, based here in Orland Park. Erin's AAIM. AIM stands for Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists, and it's a charity that we support. And just to give a little background, the Erin's AAIM has a 5K that they run every September. They're running every September now. And please go on the website, and the website is, well, if you Google Erin's AAIM, E-R-I-N-S, AAIM. If you Google Erin's AAIM website, you can get all the information. I don't know if you've got this, do you have this year's 5K scheduled?
We haven't decided on the date yet, but it's either going to be the second or third week of September. And the website is ErinsAimForChange.org.
That is it. So please go to the website, get the information. We'd like to. Last year, how many did we have? How many runners did we have?
Oh, we had about over 600.
Over 600. Yeah. This year, the goal is we're going to break 1,000. We're going to break 1,000 runners this year because we're going to get the word out now. Part of where we go throughout the year and we support Erin's AAIM. That's also part of the golf outing. We have the annual Gridiron Golf Classic that Erin's AAIM is a beneficiary of. That is June 28th, 2013 at Silver Lake Country Club. So we're looking for everyone to come out and participate in the Gridiron Golf Classic. You can look that up online, gridirongolfclassic.com. And it will give you all the information. You can always call me, Dan McMillan, at 708-764-3612. Just to, if you got any information, call me on anything. Call me on the information for Erin's AAIM. Call me on the information for the golf outing. So what we're going to do now is give a presentation from the Ford Fusion night where we designated our favorite charity. And what's our favorite charity? Erin's AAIM. So I'm going to step across. I know that Chuck may get nervous that we're stepping out, but this is Mr. and Ms. Olmsted on behalf of Joe Rizza Ford and Ford Motor Company. I'd like to present a check for $500 on behalf of the Ford Fusion night to Erin's AAIM.
Well, thank you very much. This is a great honor, and it's great to have a partnership with both Ford and Dan McMillan here. He's our biggest supporter out there, and it really means a lot to us. And this money will certainly be put to good use. We'll be giving some of it to AIM, and some of it will go towards our scholarships at Sandburg and Plainfield East High School. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much, and we'll be back for presentation number 2. Thank you. Good afternoon, I'm Dan McMillan. I'm here with Ray Scarpelli. Ray is the chairperson of the committee Chicagoland Dealers Care. And we're here today because we had a contest that started in November, sponsored by the Chicago Auto Trade Association, based out of Oak Brook. And the Chicagoland Dealers Care came up with a brilliant idea to utilize Facebook. And what they did is they gave all the dealers in the greater Chicagoland area a chance to a chance to sponsor their favorite charity, and then they would get out the vote, so to speak. And so what we did is Joe Rizza Ford of Orland Park sponsored Erin's AAIM, and so that's something we'll talk about. Erin's AAIM will come in shortly, but Joe Rizza Ford, Erin's AAIM, ended up being the first place winner by over 5,000 votes in the contest. It was a dramatic win for Joe Rizza Ford, Erin's AAIM, but it was also a win for the Chicagoland Auto Trade Association in terms of getting feedback and getting participation in their Facebook page. Ray, that was something that was a great idea for the Chicago Auto Trade Association. Can you give us a little more feedback or give us a little more information on what how that came about?
First off, I want to say congratulations on behalf of the Chicago Auto Trade Association to you and your dealership. You guys did a terrific job. It's not easy because you got to mobilize everybody to get the vote out, and you did that well.
Well, and it was consistency because everyone got excited at the beginning of it, and you saw a lot of votes starting the first couple days, but then we would not let up. We would not let up. It was from all sides, from the charity, from the dealership. We had people that we just. Sometimes I'm just like a bull. I'm a bull in a china shop.
That's great.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it helps.
And you could tell that the charity, Erin's AAIM, has supporters and a great organization, because this couldn't have happened without both of you working on it like you did. And you know, this whole project really, you mentioned earlier, was born from the Chicago Auto Trade Association, but it was born to get the word out about what new car dealers do in our communities. We do so much good work. We have over 400 new car dealers in the Chicagoland area, and we do so much good work in the area. So many charities benefit from all of the new car dealers, and this idea of Chicagoland Dealers Care was born out of that, to get the word out. We're not just about selling cars. We're part of the community, and you displayed that very well with what you're doing with this charity.
Yeah, it's people don't realize that we're the. So many businesses are national now in terms of when they're in the community. You know, Dave and Buster's comes into the community. Well, they're not really based in the community. The car dealers are some of the last businesses that are still left that support the community, and we like to get the word out. I'm not crying that we don't get enough credit, but we don't. The auto dealers are some of the biggest sponsors. You know, most of you watching this, and I'm sure Ray, have had children that have played in Little League that are sponsored by car dealerships. I mean, you're not going to find a youth league in this area that we don't sponsor. I know us. I know Apple Chevrolet down the street with John Alfie, who will be in here in just a little while. He sponsors all kinds of events and all kinds of youth sports and youth events in this area. So it's something that's one of the reasons that the car dealers, they just don't get enough credit, and it's such an important part of the community.
Yeah, Dan, it's a great thing that this program really kind of elevated it with all the influencers from people like you and your Erin's AAIM charity and the other two that got second and third place. There were over hundreds of thousands of votes cast in this program.
Yeah, it even surprised me.
Which is just a great thing, because it really, you know, the term going viral. Well, this went viral.
Yes, it did. Yes,
and so it got the word out, and in part because of you guys. So congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and it's a benefit to the charity. So. The biggest beneficiary, I think, is the charities involved, but of course the CATA and the Chicagoland Cares that is now out there. So let's bring in the charities and some board members and the president of the CATA to help us in our presentation for, of course, what we're all here for, the prize, the grand prize. So what we've got, Mr. and Mrs. Olmsted, who are the chairpersons of the foundation of Erin's AAIM. And we've got Mr. Alfie, who is a board member. Come on in here, John. Board member of, he's from Apple Chevrolet. He's a competitor from down the street, but you know, we're Ford and Kia and Lincoln now, but he's Chevrolet. You know, see the USA in a Chevrolet. That may go back a few years. That's before you were even born with Dinah Shore, but that's a whole other story. But then we've also have Mr. Ray Scarpelli, who was introduced before, and we just talked. But he's up in way up north, so we're down the street. Ray's, what town is it in, Ray?
It's Fox Lake and Antioch. We have a couple stores, but Dan, I would like to know if I could sleep overnight, because by the time I get back up north, I may need to.
It is a ways away. It's a hike. It's a hike. But Ray spends most of his time out on Fox Lake in the summer, so that's the benefit of being that far up north. He gets to be on the boat. And then we have the president of the Chicago Auto Trade Association, Mr. Sloan, up here. Do you want to say a few words?
Yes, we're happy to take part in this. Great local dealers showing what they do in the community, and fine charities like yours, fine organizations that do so much good in the community, and we're happy to help out.
Thank you.
Yep, like I said, it's this just shows what happens when local businesses and the trade associations come together, so it can benefit business as well as charity, and that's what we're here for today. What we, as part of the contest that we did on Facebook, was the first prize was for $3,500 from the CAT, or Chicagoland Dealers Care. And we would like to present a check for $3,500. Come on over here, Mr. and Mrs. Olmsted, and then everyone else come on around, and we can get a few pictures. Oh, sorry about that. I'm always in the way, and don't worry about me. But this will go a long ways towards helping out with the scholarships and with the contributions to AAIM. AAIM stands for Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists.